Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. I wanted to talk about a project that I'm going to start, and I will talk about other crafting things. I'm wearing the Wilderness sweater. I finished this last month. It's using a Lava Soapy yarn, so the main color is pink. It's blowing out a little bit, but it's cream with gray. The colorway is ash heather with black heather. And I knit it to what the pattern was, to how the pattern was written. So it is um, a little longer, but you'll see that the color work is also on the sleeves. It's about this much past my hips, and I don't mind. The Alapaslopi is an outerwear type of yarn. Um, I know the um some people in the knit group were saying to wear something underneath. I I don't mind the feeling of the Alapaslopi. I feel like it's definitely how you'll feel about this type of yarn. It's toothy and um I've said this before, I feel that my arms, I could feel the certain, like the touch and sensation. I can feel touch and sensation, um, but I don't mind like the toothiness of it, and I feel that like on my back too, because um, I've gotten tattoos on my back and my arms. Those are the main areas. So I really love this. I was thinking maybe I would finish the other Alapaslopi cardigan this season. I may. I did switch some of the colors in my cardigan. So one of the contrast colors is the main color because I was knitting it and seeing what I would have it as, and I wanted this specific color to be the contrast color because there wasn't um, the amount of yarn that I would use for this project in available in the yarn store that carries it. And I've been to a couple of different yarn stores, and this is the only one that I've been to that carries a Lapisopi. Um, so I might get what is there at the store, but I will have to maybe buy it at another store or order it online. So I'll see. And then I'm still working on my Seriola. I'm working on a sleeve right now. So since I don't, I ran out of yarn for what I had on me for the main color. For sorry, I was going back and forth for the um Carla Core. That's the Lapisopi cardigan. Um, I'll get more yarn for that at some point, and then still work on the Seriola since I picked it back up. I do want to cast on a hat. I have been loving hats. This is a hat that my godmother got for me. So I love this type of hat. I feel like it it's just like a type of hat that I would want to wear. I wore this sweater with my vest over it. I had a jacket, um but I took off the jacket. I thought the vest and sweater were okay. Um, because it was a lot to wear all of those things, and I felt like the vest was making it more insulated anyway. So, um, the hat that I want to knit is the Sullivan hat, and I got this as a I got this as a free pattern in December. The creator, Rachel Brockman, she gave out a code, and there were some patterns that you could choose from to have as a gift. And I picked this one. So it's color work. There were a lot of them were cables, and I do love cables. I've just been doing so much color work, and it's definitely not out of my system yet. So I picked the color work hat, and I have a bag of scrap yarn. You would be surprised because I have a large box of yarn in my storage unit, but I can't find it. Um, so I'm thinking like if I do stop by my storage unit, I don't think I'm moving it soon. I I don't know if I'm gonna find that box like when I'm there, but I know where my sewing supplies are because I have opened that box and gotten some things out because that also has like my knitting books and um a lot of my other knitting supplies in there. So maybe it might be nice to hold on to the American yarn and then just like have it when I need it. But um, I've been doing different types of crafts, so I am not um, opposed to like holding on to the yarn and then being almost surprised about the yarn that I have. I know, I know what I got, but when I see it in person, it'll be a treat. I did. I was thinking like when I have to make my drive to the West Coast, it's going to be a long one. Probably, I know over like 17 hours if you're going straight. So it's gonna be a drive. I have made a drive like that before. And not the direction I went last time, but back to the Northeast from the South. And I was thinking about going to the fabric district. I'm really sorry because I mentioned it in a reading about me doing that, and then I saw the fires um in California, so I don't mind if I go there when things are okay. There is a fabric district in New York, and I was thinking about going there, but it's the opposite direction of my storage unit. So I don't know if I would make it a different trip, like if it, because it'll be a couple days, to make it to the West Coast of where I need to go. And I was looking at different fabrics, and I do look at the different fabrics when I'm out, but I'm just trying to see what like I'm looking for because it just hasn't hit me yet for like maybe a tartan skirt. Like I'm looking for something specific. I've seen tartan in the stores. Um there was this Calvin Klein um coat that trench coat that I like the tartan on, and I just when I make a garment I really want it to look like there is it's good quality or high quality. And honestly, I would like it to look like it's expensive or it has like a classic look to it. Since I'm doing some like I would like to do some historical sewing. I was looking at a Portuguese skirt pattern, so I'll get to my scrap yarn. I'll show what I have because I just have a bag of it, but it's like not really, I don't really need other yarn for this hat. So it's a cartridge pleated skirt and it has some historical references to like Portuguese skirts of the 1900s, early 1900s. And a lot of it is hand sewing. So I feel like it will be a combination of hand sewing and um, using the sewing machine. So I feel like I won't mind. And I do have my other sewing machine in my storage unit. But I was also thinking at some point because I was looking at Craigslist in like the West Coast Craigslist and a couple like states like surrounding and the state that I have to go to anyway, to see if they have the featherweight Singer sewing machine because as the name implies, it is a featherweight, so it's around like 11 pounds. I love the sewing machine that I have. I adore it. It it weighs around 30 pounds. So um it's definitely iron and something that you definitely notice when you're picking it up. Um so that was something to think about, and I did see listings. I saw a couple different listings for um sewing different sewing machines for sale. Um, I wanted to see the condition of the featherweight though, because that would be nice to add to the sewing machines. And I feel like that would be like one of the main ones that I feel that I am thinking about because you see the BEP2 that is a vintage electric spinning wheel, and I got that specifically to have it more portable than my other wooden Saxony wheel, and I love that wheel. Um, Sometimes I don't have it like placed in my car in a way where it's supposed to be, so sometimes if I hit a bump or something, it topples and it's fine because a lot of times with sewing machines you can dismantle it anyway. But um, put it back together and uh, redo the dry bands and everything. So I do love both of my wheels. I technically have an eel mini that I got a couple years ago at a yarn festival from my friend, because she was selling her products or selling different products for from her shop, and she does carry a lot of fiber equipment, and I do enjoy that mini wheel. It is mini, so it was for like the baby projects of spinning yarn, and like if you're traveling or something, because you can put a battery in it and use it in the car. So I do have my bag here. It's just in this bag. I was thinking, I wonder if I should just take it all out because it's gonna crinkle. I weaved in most of my ends, so don't mind if I tuck that in. So I'm gonna go for like a DK, around a DK. If I do medium weight, it might be a combination, I don't know. If I use these, I would hold them double, but I don't think I'm going to use these. I think I'm gonna save this because I don't have other um Jameson 2-ply. It, and this is kind of like what I really love this one. I used it for one of my tarot bags. Oh, I didn't even show my tarot bag. Oh my god, give me a second. So I did end up finishing a sorry. Okay. I did end up finishing a tarot bag that I technically finished like the knitting part of it, and then I wanted it to be a drawstring. I feel like the drawstring, like I could have kept it as one ribbon, but I ended up making it like splitting it. So I feel like it would have been tighter, but I love it anyway. I'm just happy that I finished it and that I have to replace the ribbon at some point. This was a ribbon when I bought one of my Ukrainian decks, and it does have one of my Ukrainian decks. The bag that I just showed is the Glory to Ukraine Tarot, and then this one has the um, Sunflower Field Tarot in here. So I was kind of like thinking I would, well, both of them, I made an ode to Ukraine, and you'll see in like the bottom of the boxes. I don't know. Well, I haven't shown it in a while. It says made in Ukraine. So I'm so happy that I finished this because I just never did. It did go through my sewing machine. I did it slowly, and I got it done. I had to be careful to not snag the yarn on the foot, but other than that, it worked, and I I'm happy that I finished it. I mean, I could do this too. I also feel like it because it's yarn too, but I think I'm going to do one rope after this ribbon because I've done a couple of drawstring bags but with fabric, so that makes me feel like I can just make the other um drawstring bags with the fabric that I have, but I was really getting into the idea of making houses like um fabric, or oh my god, Adrian, like quilting houses, improv houses, and I let me see. And other quilt blocks. So my idea for the houses, it would be improv, and I would um, pick different types of materials and fabric color combinations. Although it's improv, I was thinking about different themes. So I was thinking maybe like um, primitive American style colonial type of house, or a thatched roof type of house that is like in the Highlands. Do a barn with a Highland cow. I love Highland cows. Um, then like a dog house or a lighthouse, like all the or houses like off the shoreline, because they do have um different types of colors. I might have said this in the other video now that I think about it. Um, but maybe if you haven't watched the video, like that house is off of Pin Cut Sew, and it's having different fabrics and just like combining them. And I also wanted to do the quilt blocks and then make it into project bags with like some interfacing. Um, I do like some structure to the drawstring bags, and I like the rope for the drawstring, but I can see other types of material. I do really want to make sure that it's a lasting project, as like a project that has the ability to last a long time and that is good quality. So I'll see the different combinations that I come up with, but I am excited because some stores, they you have like you can get a bag and then get their scraps that they have, and I feel like that would be great for like the improv houses. I feel like I might have said it in the last video, so I'm really sorry, but I'm just so excited. But I finished this one, and I did weave in all the ends, and I'm happy that I finished it. So um it's I feel like it is complete, and I'm going to make other tarot bags now that I can. Or I hand sew a lot of them. So this was also using different types. Well, you can see there's different types of yarn in here. And I have the other scrap yarn, so we'll keep the yellows for another project, because this is also Um, oh my God. I heard the pronunciation from somebody in Canada, but this is the beaches, the booches, but it was not how you were saying how I'm saying it. Um, I know my brother, he took honors French. I did not take honors French. Um, of course, in America, you have like Spanish that you take, at least in elementary school. Then you can choose a different elective or language when you get into high school. And I had three, so because, well, Spanish, there were other classes that you could take for that, but I took Russian, Japanese, and Spanish. I ended up taking Spanish again. I don't mind taking Spanish, but I took it because um, mainly because my Japanese course ended. So, um, let's see. And I took Russian mainly privately. Okay. So I was thinking because it'll be like medium or like DK to medium weight, I don't mind combining them. I feel that this is the Universal Yarns tweed. I don't know if I have enough for this because it seems like, and you'll see the yardage for like 100 grams of what was being used, but it what was used was like maybe it was definitely less than 100 grams and more than 50 grams. So I will probably do some combining, but I was thinking maybe this one has the main color, so I do have another one of these in my storage unit, but it is a soft navy blue. So I think I might do this. Whenever I think of like red, white, and blue, I'm kind of thinking about like the American flag. I don't know if I'm gonna go for that, but I guess I could. Um, this one is left over from my woven scarf. This is a different way. There's leaves in here. This is these are sport and sometimes they're advertised as light DK for the Patagonia. I don't think I'm gonna be using this. This is the hobby wool, so I will be using these. So it's I don't think I'll be using this one. This is like a cotton and I have a couple of these. It's like the Plymouth yarn one. And I was thinking about using it for like an actual garment, but I have the other ones in my storage unit and I haven't done anything with it yet. But I think I'm gonna get more into green this year. I just kind of feel it. It's gonna be a thing. So I guess what's left are these colors. Not this one. These colors. So I have four of them. I could switch out the at some point when I run out of yarn, I could switch to the green, but I will have to see what I'm doing. I even saw some two-toned hats for this pattern, but I do like the idea of like maybe a yellow hat, but um, because because you could see the projects on Ravelry. This reminds me of maybe like berries and stuff. I don't know what it reminds me of to be honest, but it's kind of like a fall theme. I don't have that, but I could do another cream as the main color. I I could, I don't know, but I don't think I'll have a lot of it. I actually I'm thinking about it, but this was originally 100 grams. So if I'm not lifting, I'm holding it up, but that could be the main color, or I could do the blue as the main color. There's also this one that was a project done. I won't have the yellow for it. I do like I like lighter hats. Do I have darker hats? Well, my other one that I just finished, I had a light brim. So I could do a light brim again, or I could go for the dark one. Since I keep saying light brim right now, maybe I could go for the light one. Because I do tend to like those hats on me. Um, I'm trying to think if I have dark hats that I wear sometimes. This kind of has been like a new thing that's been happening recently. I'm like a hat girly now. It's just what I do. But I have worn hats over the years. I have a lot of them in my storage unit. One of the main hats that I wear is like a beige hat, so in my storage unit, so I might go for a lighter one because maybe that's just like the core of me. And maybe go from there. And who knows, maybe I might change it up because I'll run out of the cream by the time I get to the rest of the hat. I don't know. Or do I have a hood that I wear that's dark? Mm, I don't think I do. I think majority of my hats are like on the lighter side. You know what? I had this like plaid hat growing up that also had like the ear flaps on it. I love that hat. I probably lost it when I moved, but I think it was like a PacSun hat. I used to like PacSun. I'm not saying PacSun isn't good now, but there was like an essence of what it was before. I was also thinking maybe I would get some Hot Topic things at some point. I do buy from Hot Topic here and there, but like when you're younger, like this kind of started like when I was a teenager and I wasn't working and I didn't get an allowance or anything. Somehow I got money, but Hot Topic, like for one top, it could be like around $40 to $60, not like a shirt, band t-shirt. So, I was thinking about maybe getting a t-shirt, but I don't really wear t-shirts that much, so I don't know. But a part of me wants to, as I mentioned, I want to maybe make some clothes. I definitely want to make clothes, but I wanted to see what type of clothes I would make, and then um, maybe occasionally splash a couple of Hot Topic clothing in my wardrobe because um, the clothes that I wear, I do wear for years. Like there's some clothes that I still have from high school that I still wear. So it's not like like I end up just like not wearing them for or I wear them for like a short period of time. I usually wear my clothes for like a pretty long time, if not, well, yeah, pretty long time. So those are my thoughts. If it's between these two of being the main color. So, oh, Scotland colors. And then, because I'm just thinking, like, with the cream color, since I'm going to be using the cream color, I would like a contrast with the rest of the hat. So, how would that affect the rest of the hat if I don't have any more contrast in my, unless I use this one? But it's, I mean, technically sometimes like websites say that this isn't like a light DK, but you can, mm, no. I think I can get majority of it and then I'll see if I want to do that. So I think that's it. I might print out the pattern, but I don't think I need it like right now. I mean, I could always just look at my Ravelry too. And two, just in case anybody was curious, one of my favorite designers, she just came out with some patterns on her Ravelry in English because she's a Finnish knitwear designer, Jenna Kostet. I don't know how long the Happy New Year code is valid, but um I will say for her patterns, like a lot of them end up going in her books, and then you can't buy the pattern off of the website. At least right, well, let me check. Mm. So it'll say that it's published in a book, and then you can't buy it from her website or from her Ravelry anymore. I don't know if she has another source, but I'm definitely planning on getting them. So sometimes I end up getting it right away because of that. But I do have both of her books, her knitting books. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm just trying to think if I have other things to say. Oh, I have quilting pins. I got them on sale. They came with the other types of it was like a quilting set thing, like a small one. It came with two types of, is it not bobby pins, oh my god. So it came with these pins. So this is like a size 28, and I thought it was meant to be because it was on sale for $2, and I only put some of them on here because I figured that this could be not miscellaneous necessarily, but like other types of pins because I do have other pin cushions that have the other types of pins. Um, well, another size, and I do want to get the even smaller sizes for historical sewing. And so these have other types of needles here, and um, I thought it would be good for me doing the improv houses. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in another video.